going on.
That's like you. You don't know what's going on.
I know exactly what's going on.
You don't have a clue what's going on. I can tell about you. Because if you did, you would be covering a lot more deeper shit. You be covering.
So what you're saying is you know what's going on, but you don't want to tell nobody.
Who? I don't know. It's just in the songs. You don't know what songs to listen to say.
I have Mo3 snitched in all his songs and told exactly what the hell's going on.
No, it's deeper than Mo3. It's past Mo3. There's other niggas rapping right now that got deep songs, and you don't know what's going on.
Go Yayo home now. What you gonna do?
I was just in the club last night.
Today,
he was not with no damn Go Yayo.
Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So you was linking up God for 3 hours.
Man, I ain't trying to be deep with niggas my whole life. I got kids. I love my kids enough to don't have beef with them.
You ain't gotta have beef with them, but you just stay away.
And we are underway in Buffalo.
What about Mo3 kids?
Man, yeah, I love their kids too. That's why we ain't gonna keep beef.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. You're second in the yard from the 34. Allen off the play fake. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
On play action, Allen.
Oh my God, how do you get that all?
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards through the air, caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
But let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
So you didn't tell me on my channel.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So his daughter's lying.
Allen to throw once more. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Now Allen. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week: 22 carries, 125 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there. But they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team. Get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner. But to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And a tackle there by Malcolm Rodriguez. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Tooney. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's
Again, it's Kamara. And this will leave him a yard.
Damn, that should have been a touchdown.
Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up first and goal.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now they bring the tight end in motion right. In motion goes the tight end. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get
Nigga, stop running around, bro.
They'll wind up losing 10 there. A full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up third and goal.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 3rd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
On the return, it's Kamara. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Running left to give to Pacheco. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. You look at this Buffalo defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems, because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Looking towards the sideline, finding Kelsey for the completion. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And they ran just a little underneath route here on 1st and goal, but there's really not a whole lot of room to operate this close to the goal line. He's just not able to get loose after the catch.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a Travis Kelsey touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 3rd and 2. On play action, Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
It's our first quarter, though. Persevered through.
2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Allen again.
Damn, they do not want to let him get sacked.
Here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know
where
these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Back to Mixon on first down.
Damn, Joe!
He managed to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now here's Mahomes. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Inside handoff to Mixon. Brought down by Ed Oliver.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll go down, brought down the 20-yard line. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack in the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. On 1st down, Allen. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
He'll
get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I haven't got the spot on him.
Receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that's patience to be admired right there because he looks left, looks right, and waits for the right guy to come open, spots him in the middle of the field, and delivers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Give him now 1,062 catches in his career. And I'm looking at the list here. That ties him with Andre Johnson.
And I wonder if he ever wrote Andre Johnson's name down and that number and said, that's where I'm trying to go. That's what I'm trying to get to. If so, congratulate yourself. You are there. That means you rank amongst the best that have ever done it.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. First down, and they go with Swift again. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And it gives him a nice pickup. 2nd down and 3. Throwing now is Allen. to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Bills have got it back to within a score.
The Steelers are my favorite team. I'm just playing with them on franchise mode on Madden. So, yeah, I just like them on Madden.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has.
Yeah, we got to get another touchdown. We got to shoot out.
Not that time. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
St. Brown in motion right. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and off play action. Here's Mahomes. And that is caught.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, my, he pulled it in. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Damn.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
There we go. Okay.
On first down, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Mahomes going to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 3.
From 8 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication.
One catch,
just
man.
noticed right there, because the best quarterback receiver combos in the NFL, They know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one.
Oh, my God.
The first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Allen. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after they got 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down yardage on the first play of the
I'm
drive.
aboard and drop.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Wow.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
That was a clutch-ass 2-minute
The Chiefs have the
warning.
lead and set to receive the football.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
KC
We got the lead now, so run this fucking ball.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called.
Get the first down, bro.
I keep going back to him.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs had 6 to their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense.
They are number 1 receiver,
4
man.
touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. 1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Hey, smart fellas.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. Oh, able to avoid him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. To throw, it's Allen. Oh,
that was a pick, bro.
And that's pretty
indicative
of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. Allen running right on the option. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
I'll put the nigga on Swift. He ain't even get on.
The tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Now Allen. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing on 1st down is Allen.
That's 2 interceptions, bro.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DeAndre Swift hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Being chased out left. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous.
I gotta
when
get
you
Joe Mixon the
add in
ball,
his ability
man.
to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play?
Gotta keep switching this shit up,
take a
bro.
good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Come on, come on. Damn, bro.
Take it in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
How wasn't that a fumble,
so a
bro?
change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Allen's throw complete there to Bateman. That'll give them 8 that time. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Allen.
Damn.
He's caught. He's across midfield. Now inside the 25. Elijah Moore. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Elijah Moore. 81 yards. And the Bills are back within a score.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of 30.
We're good.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
On third down, Mixon.
Damn, Joe.
2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10.
Yards, he got
Not
the
there.
100.
What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 at the 15. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A draw play for Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
God damn, Joe. They shutting you down, bro.
Second down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Back to Mixon on second down. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So on fourth down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got...
You're not going to pick off Josh, man.
Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he's dropped right at the 40.
Gain of
3.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where's he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From midfield, here's Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
Oh. Man, whatever, man. Balls up, man. Final quarter.
Be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third.
Next time we get in the end zone, I'm going for a 2-point conversion.
On EA Sports.
Oh, it ain't no need to already
did.
did.
45 for second and 5.
This might be where he got down scramble.
To the air, Allen.
Told you. And he gonna throw to him. Dang, I'll fall for that every time.
Underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Josh playing smart as hell, man.
Crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's Allen to throw it.
Oh, my God, yo.
Had an open man.
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense so far on third down, they've had good success. 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Wow, y'all tired, dude.
As he gets it to the 8. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
I know, that's wild. We ain't had a single turnover today. What am I paying him for? I won't even play him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone.
I'll take no chance on the turnover. We cannot turn this ball over.
So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue
I gotta get Cam some touches, bro.
And put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right.
Touchdown.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. That's a tough combination to defend. You know Patrick Mahomes has the big arm, and he's got the elusiveness and the speed. So even though you force him from the pocket, he's still dangerous.
Bad idea, in my opinion, to force him from the pocket. Do everything possible to hem him in and make him make the throws from right there in the center of it. And look, we know he's got the big arm. You just noted that. But when he gets outside, it puts so much stress on your defense trying to locate where receivers are, make sure you're covering them, and he can throw the ball the length of the field. So you just tell a receiver, just keep going. He'll find him, and he did there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
It's fucked up. This crazy.
And they'll put up the stop sign there.
Nigga just like
His guys
this.
will get it at the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Come on, bro. Y'all got a fucking turnover, bro.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10.
Don't get no trophies for the solid shit. Can't feed my family with the knowledge.
Allen gonna throw. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way.
Oh, shit like a bad and I'm not giving a fuck about
So good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They run a draw here on 2nd down.
I'm gonna stop, fellas.
And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Cooper will come in motion right. And they'll give him another shot.
I don't know what the fuck is up, man.
The Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he'll be brought down.
Bro, he is playing phenomenal, bro. I mean, no mistakes.
Good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll
Nigga gotta have 10 tackles.
It's 2nd down. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Prime time on Lynch Street, Bedford,
Keep leading on the running game. Back to the ground.
I'll hold it down for my section.
From the 20
Okay,
to the
these niggas.
19. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot.
Gotta go for it.
Inches.
Ain't no way. Fuck
Picking up the
no.
run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bro, just get 50 rushing yards. God damn.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A handoff to Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Joe Mixon. Yeah.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's a give to Mixon. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
To throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. A give up the middle to Akers. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Kamara will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
This is where coaches have to spend a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 30 seconds remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 8, and defensively they'll say you can have that. Throwing, Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Kansas City, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.
What a game. Damn, nobody turned the ball over. That's crazy. You just can't please these motherfucking dogs, bro. What's up, girl? My friend say he gonna kill me. Gotta be Pat Mahomes. This the game that could possibly throw off everything. I'm about to say, bro, you ain't worth shit. What up, bro? What the business is, man? What you doing, girl? No, ain't nobody outside because I ain't shit pop up on the camera. Like the stream for you. My guy, I appreciate you, bro. Man, I forgot to check out your music, man. I'm gonna make sure I do it today. Cause I know I said it on the stream the other day. My music, bro, is at the bottom, bro, of the screen where you can find mine's at. Sure, man, we might could collab or something, bro, just depending on, you know, if we could catch a vibe. If our music kind of like, you know, in the same realm. What you looking at, girl? Got these dolls up in here, man. I'm gonna take y'all outside. Don't trip. Give me a second. I'm gonna take y'all outside. All right. It's all good. We're gonna go outside. Stop scratching me, girl. I just told you I'm gonna take you outside. Hell yeah, man. I like the sound of that. How you making it though, bro? Everything straight on your end? I appreciate you liking the video, man. That's what's up. Girl, hold on. I'm gonna take you outside. I'm just gonna check some shit. See what this record looking like. Oh my god, man. We gonna have to run the ball on the Commanders, man. Joe Burrow, man, he be throwing that motherfucker. Let's see what the division looking like. Yeah, that nigga Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow's a problem, man, for real. We played him on the last game this season. Damn, Dak Prescott in the MVP race? We gotta get that undefeated season, bro. Why, bro? They are hating how I'm undefeated and I'm not up for fucking Coach of the Year. They ain't even got me in top 5, bro. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful, man. Oh boy, Cam. I can get Cam 10 touchdowns. Damn, Buddy might not get that 1,000 yards, man. Jeez. That dude cold. I gotta try to get him from the Commanders. Damn, that boy had 17 touchdowns, bro. His rookie season. Yeah, they got some weapons on that offense for sure.